どうも。市場見学と申します。A few days prior, I've watched Uhu's stream, and I thought to myself, whether there is something called memory archives in this world, and luckily for me, and taking just go through the internet and steal some devices from Uhu. I think she doesn't really remember this because she forgets everything. So I could get away anyways with whatever I do to her. I store equipment, and I've managed to draw out some part of the memories in the past, and let's play it. It's not really that honorable, but there's a lot of catching up because just to recall my own experiences is not that much trustworthy, as I have been brainwashed and pre-programmed by those damn foxes in the past. It's pretty hard to really just recall everything from my mind and mouth. It has to be forcefully extracted, and luckily, I think I found the right machine to do that. So just let me set up the thing, and it doesn't really allow me to choose what part of the memories I have to extract. But without further ado, let's do some trial and error, and this is trial 1. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the machine.
A few moments later.
Well, hello there. You must be asking, where are we? We are currently situated in one of the 5 imperial margraves that borders the Empire with the Beastfolk Alliance. And the current location we're situated at is the 3rd Imperial Officers Academy within the realm of the Black Lion Margrave. The current Margrave of this realm is none other than the Black Lion Lord himself, Eustace Kakarov. But that's I think that's a little bit off topic because the Margraves of the realms, they switch a lot of times, partly because of assassinations, succession issues, and they're recalled because they got other forms of controversies. So yeah, we're currently in the Officers Academy. I guess you're a new student around here, and I'm one of the senior students assigned to give you all some orientation. My name is Genhaku, and how should I say this? In the academy, there are many houses that you associate yourself with. Of course, in your first year, you got an entire year to choose which house you're going to affiliate in. It kind of helps you build a sense of belonging and association with other students. And when you choose a house, that just stays with you until you graduate. There are many houses, and houses come and go, but the three most influential houses of this current environment, this current landscape within the officers' academy are the Adara class, Hiroshi class, and the Ruben class. And you might heard it very, very familiar if you played the game Fire Emblem Three Houses, because the founder of the academy, he's from another world, and he brought his inspirations from a game called Fire Emblem Three Houses, and just named the three biggest house in terms of influence after the titular three houses. But of course, there are many other houses, such as the Wolf class, the Serpent class, the Cobra class, the Hitsuji class, and the Sasori class. Yeah, it just varies in terms of size, influences, and the specialization the associated students choose to go after. I am originally part of Cobra class, but when Cobra class merged into Adara class, Cobra became a subclass, like a subgroup within the main group, and I am now the one of the senior members of Adara class. Of course, there are still some rivalries within each house and inter-house competition, but that's something you should be worrying about later. What else? Each year there's a ball. I don't attend those. I usually don't attend those, but I still waltz into the ballroom just to have some snacks and just have some social chattings with other students from different classes as a form of respect. But I don't really participate in the ball. I just show up for a few minutes and I leave. I like to hang out at the bell tower when the ball event occurs. As of my specialization, I'm trained as a brawler, but I'm also proficient with the swords and the swords, clubs, axes, and machetes, and there's also these things called kama, which are tiny dual sickles you use to catch people off guard. We were trained with a lot of different weapon types, spells, yada yada yada. I found out later. Well, later on in your first year, you'll determine which proficiencies you want to be proficient and specialize in at the same time as you choose your house. And the weapon that I choose is the sword and the dual kama. Even though, should I need to change, I could still switch towards a club, a heavy club, in fact, the kanabo. But with that requires physical strength, so I think I should have subclassed as a brawler. It doesn't really matter that much, because you could switch classes until you could until you fully dedicated to mastering one class, or just I don't know, when you graduate and you got assigned into a military battalion, you'll find out what suits you most. Well, that's just a little summary of the physicality within the Officers Academy. There are also the more bookworm type of courses in the school called Magecraft and Strategies. They're two different subjects, and within Magecraft there are also different types of magic. If you are interested in learning or using magic, or just thinking about ways to counter magic users, you can take those courses as well. I personally took dark arts, so that I think I would have built some resistance or some knowledge to counter should I face dark arts users on the battlefield. But considering that our enemies are beast folks, Magecraft wouldn't be that effective unless you're talking about the foxes, where you can risk it all and counter the whatchamacallit, the thingy-majingy that foxes do. I don't really know. They seem to be very well crafted in corrupting people's souls and emotional state. So I don't really know what to call them. Influences? I don't know. And with that being said, there are also some extracurriculars that you could take. You can take gardening. You could do culinary arts. I personally did something a tad bit more boring when compared to others. I chose choir and just performing arts, just singing. That's why you might hear me sing when I'm feeling down or when I don't know what to do and I'm just walking around. I might be muttering to myself, singing, speaking, practicing dialogue. Just weird guy, walking and talking at the same time, without any person to respond, without someone to converse with, just talking to oneself. Yeah, if you find that person, that's you'll have a 7% chance that person is me, and I'm not that hard to find. Well, if you're someone from other classes, yeah, that's gonna be 70%. But if you're from my own class, the other art class, it's gonna be very, very frequent that you'll find me walking around talking to myself. But it's one form of a distraction and a more nuanced and less provocative one than, let's say, pocket sand. So I guess we're gonna have a long time of interaction before I set foot outside of the academy and enlist in the military. That being said, I hope to see you all around here enjoying your 5 or more years if you've managed to flunk classes, and 5 or more years of academy days. And I'll leave you here with this fair last year, touring you around the school grounds, the church, the cathedral within our academy, the assembly hall, the cafeteria. I'm just here just to give you a basic rundown because basically I have nothing else better to do. So, and if any unfortunate souls like you wish to duel me, you can always approach me at the 5th hour in the training ground with just be ready and inform the instructor that you want to challenge me in a duel. Just don't throw your gloves at me, because if you do so, it's not gonna be a a mock duel. It's gonna be a full-blown real one, and you might lose an arm or two, just a few fingers, a few toes, maybe an eye. It's hard to say. If you choose to throw a glove at me, instead of throwing your glove at some other senpais in training ground. So throw your gloves at me at your own risk. And if you manage to defeat me even with that extremely provocative action, kudos to you. But you'd still end up in detention. But if you lose, don't blame me. Do it on your own risk. That's all. Wow, that's a very rapid fire type of dialogue that I presented in front of newcomers to the academy. I forgot which year of or which semester of my tenure within the Officers Academy that time was. It was just a very young and a naive Genhaku, just giving some orientation speech in front of newcomers. But you're not gonna hear from me from that stage now, as that is way before I've got captured and transformed into a human weapon that you all know today, with the creepy laugh or just tendency to berserk and just tease and bully, and or other just unfortunate souls that I come on the part of, or should I say encounter with. What else? Yeah, I have shorter temper than I used to have, and I also gained this type of bloodlust that I don't have from that memory monologue that I've delivered from that machine I stole from Uhu. I guess you're too much of me yapping around, so I'm just gonna close this recording right here, and I'll see you in the next video recording. Shishio Genhaku off.